to my father, I know we be proud. Blessing they grew from the ground up. I found love, the city of fallen angels. You stick it how far we came, no. This is what we always aim for. Tired of the place I love, and I'm tired of trying to fit in, cause I'm losing my own. You, giving you up, I'm never giving it up. These guys don't listen, they don't know the sacrifice I'm doing. Cause I don't wanna be close to me. I wanna be like you.
All right. Let's get it started. People are late, but you're all on time, so I appreciate that. Can you all hear me? Give us a thumbs up. Colin with a thumbs up. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Appreciate you all for getting on. Some of you have no idea who I am, and that's okay. I like to fly under the radar a lot, this stuff. But welcome to tonight's call. It's a little call that's off the whim. Just thought we'd do a little late night special. We were going to do it Tuesday night, but I was sick with a migraine. So here we are. So welcome to tonight's call. The point of this call is all about trading psychology, trading plans, things like that. All very crucial things for traders' success. Now, a little bit of background for me, for those who are on here who have no idea who I am. I'm SJ Plumpton. I'm from Australia. I've been with this company since 2016, so very, very, very long time. I've put through this company over 180 people, studying this, learning this, mastering it. Jenna, you guys all know Jenna. She started with me in October 2017, 2018? 2018, Jenna? 2018. And
that's the reason why I'm here, guys.
This girl found me on YouTube or something, and then she's just like, I want what you've got. And she's, gotten to where she is all because of herself. She's plugged into the system. You all know how she trades. She is a fucking beast. Makes me so proud. But yeah, she's an absolute godsend. Like, she's one of my best mates. She's one of my bridesmaids next year. So we've grown a very, very, very close bond together. And she's launched out here the trade house up in Brisbane. So it's enough about me. But I've been trading for 5 years. So quite a number of time. Quite a long time. I started out independently before I came over to this platform. So I've seen a lot. But guys, let's get stuck into this call, all right? So Jenna's going to chime in whenever she feels the need to drop some, knowledge bombs. So Jenna, just feel free to unmute yourself and pop on in whenever you feel. So guys,
Cool.
Many new traders come into this and believe that, I've got my notes here because I'm a chatterbox and I will be here till fucking midnight if I don't stick to my plan. So yeah, guys, many traders come into this and they believe that they can make, massive incomes from Forex trading without, making hardly any effort upon themselves, right? So in my time with this company, like I said, I put over 180 people in this. I've seen people grow. I've seen people have the success, okay? I have seen people blow their accounts. I have seen people create full-time income from this, all right? I have seen people buy houses. I have seen people retire their parents. I have seen people set their futures up, all right? I've been with this platform since 2016. The reason I stay and have stayed is one, obviously mentorship, the trading, the community. But what this company offers in terms of education, there's nothing else like it, okay? So everything you need to know about trading, you will learn from our organization, the Trade House, from our company, IM, okay? The only thing that I'll ask all of you from the skill set is you give it the respect that it deserves, okay? So take it seriously, and it's gonna pay you seriously, okay? So one of the biggest reasons why people don't see this skill set through, this, you know, this company through, and they quit and whatever else, is because they let life happen. Okay, they give in to their daily excuses as to, you know, why they haven't done any study that day, why they can't afford their membership. Guys, there's 2 and 3. If you guys are struggling to pay for your membership, get to the person that got you involved with this and get it wiped. Okay, there are ways. There are absolutely no reason for you to not be able to afford your membership. Okay, I've literally heard every excuse under the sun. All right, so the ones who really do succeed in this, like Jenna. Okay, I'm going to take it back to Jenna, single mom of 2. All right, when she started this, working full time. The only way, you know, the earliest she ever got on the charts was 9 p.m. Okay, she was up at 6 o'clock with the kids in the morning. 3 hours a night. That's all she could fucking give it. And look at her. All right. She is the queen of snipes. Okay. If anyone was time poor, if anyone was financially poor because of, you know, shitty fucking jobs that we all put ourselves through when we start this. Also Aussie, swear a lot, pardon me. It's
I know.
Jenna is the perfect example of how to make this work. Sorry. So people that come into this and people that, you know, those people that make something of it, all right, they commit to this from day dot. Anyone that says to me, I'm going to come in and give it a go, I don't waste my time with them. Jenna does not waste their time with them. Okay. These people commit to their futures. Okay. They commit to the futures that this skill set can give them. They don't give in to shiny object syndrome. Okay. They don't deviate from their plans. They commit to this 100% and they see it through. Okay. If you're in this for a quick dollar, please get off this call right now. Okay. This call's not for you. The skill set's not for you. All right. So there's a saying in trading, and it's that 10%, you know, this skill set of trading, it's 10% skill set, 90% psychology. And that's what we're going to go over tonight. Okay. We're all focused on making money, but very seldomly do we do the work on ourselves. All right. So most traders, when they first begin this, you know, when they first begin trading, they think that all they need is to find the perfect strategy. And after that, all they need to do is jump on the charts each day, plug into their great strategy, and the market's just going to immediately start pumping money into their account. Okay. Now, for those who have been around the ringer, for those who have traded, for those who have learned, know that it's not that easy. Okay. There are plenty of traders out there who are super intelligent, who use, you know, fantastic trading strategies, who still regularly lose their money. Okay. They're losing more than they're making. All right. So the few traders who consistently win in this game of trading are those who have developed, you know, the appropriate, you know, psychological mindset that enables them to become consistent on the markets. Okay. They have certain beliefs, they have certain attitudes, they have certain, you know, psychological characteristics that are absolutely essential for conquering this. All right. So attitudes and beliefs about the market include things such as, you know, a lot of people say, you know, the market's rigged, the market's against me. They've got negative beliefs that can have really significant impact on your ability to trade successfully. All right. So if you're looking at the market as it being out to get you when you take a loss, then you're not looking at it properly. Therefore, you can't hope to make any money. You're not going to be able to objectively evaluate any market opportunities that come your way. All right. You got to remember, guys, the market is completely neutral. Okay. It does not give a shit about you. All right. It does not care whether you make money or lose money. All right. So our beliefs about ourselves are absolutely critical in trading psychology. All right. So I have a background in business and psychology, NLP practitioner. Like, this is what I do. Okay. This is what I do for work outside of this as my business. Like, I have been doing this full time since September 2016. Like, this is my passion. You know, this is Jenna's passion. She has worked on herself so much. Okay. And that's why she's seen the success. I'm just going to blow wind up Jenna's ass this entire call because she deserves it. Hang on, I need a drink. But what was I saying? Told you I'd get off track. Guys, if you guys are looking at the market as, you know, getting it, you know, it's out to get you. Okay, you're not looking at it properly. The market is completely neutral. Like I said, it doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care if you make money or lose money. All right. So our beliefs are so crucial. So one of the most characteristic traits, I guess you want to call it that almost all winning traders have is they have self-confidence, okay? Winning traders, they possess a really firm basic belief in their ability to be winning traders, okay? A belief that's not necessarily, shaken by few. A lot of people who don't have that self-confidence, if they take a hit, it really shatters their self-esteem and they start questioning a lot of things, okay? So traders who doubt their ability, they're often going to, hesitate, and they're going to push the button and initiate trades that aren't necessarily good trading, opportunities, or they're going to miss good trading opportunities. People who don't have good, confidence in the markets, they're also going to, they're going to cut their profits short. They're overly fearful that the market's going to turn against them, so they've got to get out as soon as they made a little bit of money. They don't see their take profits through. All right. Winning traders, they have a really healthy respect for the fact that, their best market analysis may sometimes just not match up. Okay. Nevertheless, they possess an overall confidence that, it just boosts their, traders' ability. So one thing that I really want to touch on in terms of, like, if you want to be something, there's, I don't know if you guys put in the little chat box if you guys know a guy called Jim Fortin. Okay, if you don't know who Jim Fortin is, I highly recommend that you Google the shit out of him. He's like a sales coach, I suppose. He's an American, but he, I'm just having a look if Clinton is on the call. He's not. Him and I do a lot of trainings in this, and it's called the be, do, have, do, be. All right. So a lot of people are working from the mindset of, when I have this, I'll be able to do this. I can then be that. Whereas you really got to think about it the opposite. If you want to, be a six-figure trader, you've got to work out what characteristics on an identity cellular level they have. Okay, because it's like, people don't, the reason why no one has money these days is because no one knows how to manage it. So if you want to be a six-figure trader, how do you think they're going to manage their money? All right, so write that down. Everyday people are operating from the, the system of have, do, be. When we have this, I'll be able to do that, then I can be that. Where on the flip side, you really need to operate from, if I want to be, have all of that, six-figure trading, who do I have to actually be? Okay, to then be able to do that, to have that. So ponder on that, have a little thinky winky on it, see what you come up with. The next thing,
Jim Fulton, you said, SJ?
Jim Fortin, Jim Fortin, super amazing, really good. Like, just, he'll shift you. He's like a Bob Proctor of sales almost. Like, he's a wizard. The next thing I want to touch on was the, characteristics of a winning trader. Okay, so psychologically, shut up, Siri. Shush. Psychologically, guys, the very best traders all share the same characteristics. All right, like if you put me and Jenna in a room, me and Christian and Jenna in a room, Mike and Jenna in a room, anyone in Jenna, anyone in the Trade House guys in a room, you're all going to figure out that they have the same characteristics. All right, they are comfortable with taking risks. Okay, people with very low risk tolerance, that's who they are. Okay, that's who we are. Sorry, that's not who we are. People with very low risk tolerance who can't accept losing, who are not willing to cut their losses, since losing trades are literally all a part of the trading game. Okay, winning traders are able to emotionally accept the uncertainty that comes with trading. Okay, trading is not like investing your money into a savings account with a guaranteed return. Okay, it's not like that. All right, you are actively on the charts, like anything's going to happen. All right, winning traders, they're capable of quickly adjusting to changing market conditions. All right, we don't marry trades, we don't marry our analysis. Okay, if price action indicates, I know there's two new people on here tonight, so bear with me with the terminology. Okay, you will learn it. If price action indicates that we need to change our view, okay, on future price movements, and we do so without hesitating. All right, winning traders, they're disciplined in their trading and can view the market objectively, regardless of how the current market action is affecting their trading balance. Is Steph, and yeah, Steph's on here. Okay, tune in to the next little bit. You know, we don't get excessively excited. Like, I bet you, like, Jenna, how excited do you get with charts now? I am not excited about charts. I get on, I'm like, cool. Yeah, you're on mute.
So it's like I get excited to analyze.
Mm-hmm.
So like I genuinely look forward to analyzing, but I discipline my excitement for the setup, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Like, I try and use Bob Proctor as an example of I'm enthused, not excited. Because if you're like he says, you know, being excited and happy is an emotion. So is being sad.
Yep.
So if I have any type of those emotions towards a setup other than being enthused for what's to come, then I'm attached to the outcome.
Absolutely. So
that's how I do it. And sometimes I can't even think of anything. Like, if I'm on the charts, I'm just like, don't feel a type of way at all. I'm like, yeah, that looks good. Tick, 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 trade it.
And that's exactly where you need to get, like, if you're getting, you know, Laura's on this call tonight, she's my best buddy. We used to live together back in 2017, and she'd be in one room and I'd be in the other, and I'd be like, babe, sell gold. And we would get so fucking hype about it. And we'd be like, you know, scalping in bed, getting all excited. And that's just not what you got to do. You take a hit and it just rattles you. So you really got to get to a point where, you know, be enthused, if you will, like Bob and Jenna.
I just want to touch on what SJ was saying as far as understanding, like, obviously if there's new people on, that's fine, don't worry about it, but you will learn it. But understanding the information the market is giving you is very important. You will know as soon as you're attached to your outcome of your trade when you're denying that you're in a losing trade. Yeah. You're holding your loss, hoping you're not wrong. Cut your losses short, let your wins run. And don't get me wrong, like, regardless of how long you've been trading for and whatever the case may be, the trading psychology is a daily constant battle. Sometimes I get out of trades too early and I leave a shit ton of money on the table. So, and sometimes I'll let my wins run. Like, it's a constant reflection, being aware of your state of mind. But my biggest thing to take away from what SJ was saying was understand what the market, what price action and structure is telling you, so you can ease in and out of the trade. Because successful traders aren't, you know, any different to you. They just think differently, and you can learn all this through Mark Douglas. They can enter and exit their trades like they're just going down a slide, like with price action and structure. I show you this on my calls all the time. You know, why did I get out of this trade? It made a higher low. You know, okay, it may not make a higher high, it may die off, but that told me to get out of my trade. So do you know what I mean? So hopefully that made sense to you guys. Like, it's just understanding and interpreting what the market is giving you, not what you want to happen. So when you start holding on to your trades and you're like, oh, I think it'll be right, I don't know, like having a heart attack, it's going against you. You're attached to the outcome. You're not actually reading what the market is telling you. And then when you get out of the trade, you'll go back and look at market and you'll be like, oh, it was making higher highs and higher lows. Like, why didn't I just buy it? Like, the information was there, but you were attached to the sell. You were attached to the sell winning. So you need to think of it like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's times where, like, I'll sell something on a smaller time frame. It'll sell. I'll be in profit. It'll start making higher highs again. I'm out of the sell and I'm getting in on a buy mitigation back up to figure it until it decides what it wants to do on the higher time frames. So then I can get my actual long position, because that's how the market moves: buy to sell, sell to buy. So if I was stuck on the sell, I would have lost, or I would have, you know, got out too late, all of that stuff. But that's how you know when you're stuck on the outcome of that trade. That's how you know your psychology isn't in check and you're not analyzing the markets right.
100%. And I'll touch on it soon. But there's a mantra that I have lived. I learned it from Mike Miles, guys. Everything that I know I learned, like, Mike Miles was the very first educator I watched in 2016. Okay, get on his shit if you're not. Is trade what you see, not what you think. Okay, that should be on your charts every single time you're on there. Like, get that little text box up and put it on there when you're learning until you have developed that sense of detachment. Write that on your charts. It's going to just, that quick little reality check every single time. Okay, so one of one of the most important psychological characteristics of winning traders is absolutely, like, just what Jenna was saying, the ability to, do risk, and love risk, love that, risky. And, to the fact that you may well be wrong. And more often than not, if you're initiating the right trades, your analysis is good, the market's still going to do, the market's neutral. It doesn't care about you. Okay. So winning traders understand that trade management is actually, more, I'm not going to say it's more important, but it's
equally.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. An equally as important skill than market analysis, guys. What determines profits and losses is often not so much a matter of how much or how when you enter a trade, but more of a matter of how you're managing the trade once you're in it. All right. So the next thing you've got is, obviously understanding how trading works. Okay. So winner, once again, Siri just wants a chat tonight. Keeping in mind that, we're still on the topic of winning traders. Okay. So winning traders, they know the difference between, a bad trade and a trade that loses money. Okay. This is a critical point to understand, because just because you end up in losing money on a trade doesn't mean that it's a bad trade. It just means that it was a losing trade. Okay. What makes a trade good is whether it wins or not. All right. So a trade is good. A trade is a good one. Why can't I speak tonight? A trade is a good one as long as it offers, greater potential reward than risk. Okay. And the odds or probabilities of it being successful are in your favor, regardless of how it turns out. Okay. So if you take a trade for good reasons and manage the trade well, once you're in the trade, then it's a good trade. Okay. Even if you end up getting stopped out for a loss. I know that's, Jenna, do you have anything to say on that?
Yeah, for those that are on my calls will know my rant on this. Nobody should ever be annoyed about being stopped out, ever, because you learn from your losses, one. But there's only 3 reasons why people get upset about being stopped out, and that's 1, they're over leveraged. 2, they copied and pasted a trade and didn't do their own cross-reference analysis to be able to reflect on the loss and understand why they even entered in the first place. I'm not saying, taking trade ideas is bad, but I always encourage people that take my trades to cross-references with their confirmations, and if it fits their trading plan and they're happy with it, trade it so they can actually learn from the outcome of it. And the last one is unrealistic expectations and when trading and thinking you're going to get rich tomorrow. They're the only 3 reasons why people get upset about being stopped out. And normally it's just the first one, over leveraged.
100%. You mean you can't get rich tomorrow, Jenna?
Oh my
God. Guys, even if you're in a trade, right, and it happens to make money, which is the aim, if it wasn't initiated for good reasons and with, favorable risk reward, then it's a bad trade, even though it happened to turn out profitably. Okay. So winning traders, guys, you guys have to operate on the premise that if you continue to make good trades as defined as what we just talked about, they will ultimately be profitable overall. Losing traders, incorrectly identify any trade that loses money as a bad trade. If you hit your stop loss, doesn't mean it's a bad trade. Okay. And that any trade that makes money is a good trade. No, not the case. Just because you make money doesn't make it a good trade. Just because you hit your stop loss doesn't make that a bad trader. Doesn't make it a bad trade. Okay. So regardless of whether there was, reasonable basis for it to be, making a trade, like whatever you thought was valid to make that a trade, even that can lead to bad losing trades in the long run. Okay. So constantly evaluating your trades solely on the basis of whether they happen to win or lose, is doing nothing more than looking at random rewards similar to playing like a pokie machine. Like, this isn't gambling, guys. All right. So you've really got to figure out, habits of winning traders. This brings me back to the have, do, be, do, have. Okay. Winning traders regularly review and evaluate their performance every single time they've traded. Okay. They understand that trading is a skill and it's only mastered through rigorous practice. Okay. How many hours does it take to become a professional or something? 10,000 hours or 3 years. Okay. Winning trades, they're flexible. Winning traders. Okay. We're flexible with so many things when it comes to our habits. Okay. But we're very, very, very disciplined. Okay. We aren't ego invested. All right, key thing, there's so many people that I'm seeing, even in the trade house chats, and your lot sizes are fucking all over the place. Like, why? All right, like, I don't know if you guys have the growth compound calculator, but please use it. Like, it'll change your life. Swear to God, I've like done that thing so many times. That's the thing that paid for my wedding. Like, do it. Do it. All right, so when it comes to being a winning trader, they don't hesitate to risk money when they see genuine profit. All right. However, they do not risk money recklessly. All right. We're always aware of the possibility of being wrong, and we're not butthurt if we are. Okay. We practice strict risk management by putting, small limits on our losses. Like you saw Jenna's trade today, 3.5 pips.
The tighter the stop, the fatter the lot. Because you're not risking any more. You're not risking any more of your account. So say, for instance, you got to think about it logically. Like, my GU trade today was 3.5 pip stop loss. I mean, really? What more do you want with risk to reward? Like, what more do you want? So with a 3.5 pip stop loss and you're risking like 1%, like, you could be trading a standard lot on like a $1,000 account. And that's using proper risk, only risking 1%. But that's what risk to reward does. So I hope that resonates with you guys.
Jenna's such
that's the saying that Daniel gives: the tighter the stop, the fatter the lot, and you're not risking any more of your account.
I like it.
So
I like it a lot. So like I said before, I've got a background in psychology and NLP and all, so this stuff kind of comes naturally to me. But for a newbie, it's hard. Okay, guys, when you master this, I literally think there'll be no divorces in the world, because everyone will learn to just be like emotionally intelligent. All right, so the brain works in funny ways. Okay, like Mike Miles, I think it was his session on like the 14th or something of March, I don't know. We talk about, I was not on the call with him, but he talks about things like no matter what you've been told, okay, the brain, the mind that brought you into trading is not gonna ever bring you success in trading. Okay, the person who you called up with, like when Jenna rang me up and she's like, well, she didn't call me up actually, she slid into my DMs when she's like, hi, I want to learn how to trade. That mindset did not get her to where she is today. Okay, in fact, because of everything that you've learned, like you've learned everything that you know right now since before you were like 7, all right? That same mindset, that's going to lock you into failure. Okay, so for the success that you guys are seeking, you're going to have to, rebuild the brain, the mind. Okay, you're going to have to bring to trading against the will of your survival brain, because your brain's in survival. Okay, now we need to go to the thrive section. Okay, because those who trade, we're into thriving, not just surviving. All right, and if you're motivated, that can be done, but it's going to take work, and it's work you need to do. Okay, the brain is built for short-term survival. Okay, and it needs to feel like it's in control, and when you're trading, you're not in control, so it gets freaked out by uncertainty. It gets freaked out by risk. It gets freaked out of scalping. Okay, the speed of trading. So you experience this fear or aggression in your trading that takes over rational thinking in moments of stress. All right, so this will not change with experience. trying harder or trying to exert control, your brain needs to be retrained. Okay. And here's the problem. The more, like Mikey talks about this all the time, the more evidence that you give your brain that its old ways of thinking are wrong, the tighter it's going to cling on to your old beliefs and resist embracing new empowering beliefs. Okay. This is called cognitive dissonance. Okay. And it is based on primitive limbic learning. Okay. So this is the struggle between your ancient survival motivated emotional brain and your new thinking brain. So absolutely, yes, you can get your brain unstuck. Okay, your emotional brain can be developed to engage and thrive in uncertainty and risk environments, and speed to a disciplined response, I suppose, rather than reactive responses, which are every trader that's new, so reactive. And this is the very gap that needs to be bridged for you guys to develop from the mind that you have now to the mind that trades really well. Okay, so you can learn how to do this, how to retrain your emotional brain so that it is emotionally disciplined when you face uncertainty, risk, speed. Okay, all that trading knowledge is useful unless you master the emotions of trading. Okay, so don't just think that once you've mastered Trade House, once you've mastered Jenna's friggin' wizardry, that you're going to be making money, because you need to work on you too.
Oh, guys, I'd even put it to the point where trading is psychology is 95% to do with trading and 5% skill on your edge in the market. Honestly, I'm not even kidding. When you learn the source, you can't unlearn the source. When you are able to look at the charts and be like, yeah, tick, tick, tick through your trading plan, all that stuff, that's done. The skill set's done. You can't unlearn it. You're just constantly doing it to be repetitive and whatnot. So the work comes in the psychology. So, which is every day. So that's why we always preach personal development. And trading, I want to just make this clear. Trading psychology and personal development are different. I think people get that confused and think because they're doing personal development, that's trading psychology. No. Personal development is great for, life and just having a healthier mind and more emotional discipline and a healthier reaction, to situations in life and things like that. But trading psychology is completely different because it's the psychology behind the markets and why they do what they do. Okay, so that's why we put you on to people like Mark Douglas with his How to Think Like a Professional Trader, Trading in the Zone. I can't recommend this book enough, Trading in the Zone and How to Think Like a Professional Trader, part 1 to 4. Definitely get onto that. And you will see how trading psychology is very different to personal development, and the two combined are very powerful. But it's important to separate the two because you just reading Think and Grow Rich, it's got nothing to do with the markets.
See, a lot of people do personal development and they just read, but they're not actually applying what they're learning.
No, because you're not making the connection to the markets. So that's why I like to remind people that trading psychology is separate from personal development. It is a personal development in itself for the skill, but it's not quote unquote personal development, if that makes sense. So having personal development in your daily routine obviously is going to benefit the trading psychology on top, but don't get it twisted. You read and Think and Grow Rich and think that's going to do wonders with trading psychology. It's not. It's going to help you in life and how to grow, yes, but trading psychology, this is what you want to read. It's related to the market so you can understand what the price action, what the structure is telling you and not interpret it as threatening. Does that make sense? Because when you don't have your trading psychology in check, you are reading the market, the price action, which like SJ has been saying is completely neutral, it doesn't give a shit who you are. you receive that as threatening because you're not confident, you're whatever the case may be, you're still learning. So you've got to understand that too. There's so much behind trading psychology, and it's so what's it called? It's so interesting because it makes you look at the markets in a completely different light, with no fear, because you're not taking it personally. So like SJ was saying, oh, you know, if you're in a lot, if you lose a trade, you know, you take it personally and you think the market's out to get you and this, that, and the other, which is so far from the truth. So far from the truth. So you learn to look at the markets in a non-threatening way. So just FYI for that.
For sure. So, you know, bottom line for that is make the commitment to becoming a winning trader, okay? And that will enable you to become a winning trader when you commit to the personal development, okay? You can do that, okay? But it's up to you. It's not up to the market to put money in your pocket, okay? The market's not going to put the money in your pocket unless you do the work, okay? So, you know, a key, oh, Siri just loves the chat tonight. Yee-da-wee. A key factor in the success or failure of any trader is how they manage their trades and their money. Okay, there's so many moving parts to all of this, and so, you know, while most factors are the same for all traders, you know, we've got the same app that we trade on, you've got the same trading view that we mark up our charts. Most of us in Australia have the same broker. We've got the same method that we all use. Different traders will still come to the markets with vastly different amounts at their disposal, okay, to trade on the markets, which is then going to give them very different effects on different traders' mindsets, okay? So a very simple example of this. So remember, if you start with $1,000, right? Ooh, it's getting warm. If you start with $1,000, remember you've essentially got $10,000 of leverage. Yeah, this is why I'll never suggest you start with more than the minimum amount. And the reason for that is, why do people not have money these days? Okay, they don't know how to manage their money. So why would I let you guys open an account with $1,000, all right, when you don't know how to manage that? You know, you've essentially got 10,000 to fuck around with. Why would you do that? Okay, you can't even keep 400 in your account, all right? Maybe but probably can't. And anyway, you know, financial education is not taught, blah, blah, blah. We're not taught how to manage our funds, okay? So a very simple example is, you know, a trader with a small amount of 500 is always, I'm seeing it all the time. I'm seeing it with new people now. They're always trying to make huge winning trades rephrase that. They're always trying to take huge trades to make large amounts of money. Whereas a trader who has, say, $100,000 only has to make a few percent at a time to make really good gains. So guys, in the chat box right now, write in there, what's more important, dollars or percent for your success, all right? Give it to me, make it go crazy. Percent. Yes, the understanding. Awesome. That is so crucial, okay? So can you also write in the chat if you have the growth compound calculator, if you've seen that and if you've seen how powerful that is? Cool. Are you using it? So while it's easier, guys, to make smaller gains with a larger account because you don't have to make such, a large percentage gains, a massive trap that traders fall into time and time over again with smaller accounts is that they do what happened in what I just mentioned, okay? They try to shoot for large, unrealistic gains and often blowing their accounts, right? I've never blown an account, never, all right? So when it comes to like my trading history, back in 2016, I opened a live account with $250. In 15 months, I turned that into 187,000. Bought my land, built a house on it. Like, guys, do it properly from the get-go, all right? If you go ahead and open a large account and you're just fucking around with it, like, I'd rather you go take your money out of your bank account, chuck it in the toilet, piss on it, flush it, okay? Because that you may as well do that, all right? You guys need to do this. Who is my upping? I don't know who that is. Upping. I don't have an upline. I'm an orphan.
Esther has been in the company since like 2016, so she position trades now.
Yeah, I hold trades for like 2-3 months. Anyway,
which I personally can't do. Like, I don't have the patience for that. And that's just an example of two separate traders and preference. There's like no right or wrong with how you want to trade as well. So just as an FYI, you know, some people are swing traders, some people are position traders, some people are intraday traders. I personally am an intraday trader. I have no interest in position trading. That may change, but that's just to show you the difference. Sometimes I swing if I catch a good entry, but
you gotta guys, you'll adapt different, like what you know with trade house, you can apply that to obviously scalping, intraday, day, swing, position. Like you've got it. Okay, you've got that. For me, I started off I was a little trend line trader.
So was I.
What's a trend line? Support and resistance, what's that? Yeah, so we all started off like that. Yeah, I made lots of money. No, I made nothing. I made nothing. No shade. And then, you know, my lifestyle changed. So yes, I was like, you know, scalping, day, intraday, swing. And then I went traveling, mum got sick. I then became a full-time carer for her. So I could not be day trading. Okay. I couldn't be on the charts 13 hours a day. You know, I was caring for my mum 13 hours a day. So my lifestyle changed. So because of what we learned, you can adapt that to all of it. It's only like since maybe February last year that I've been actively doing it this way too. So, you know, you can freaking adapt this to anything. So, you know, there's one thing I wanted to talk about real quickly. I know this call's been going for a while. Told you I love a chat. Okay, so think of a casino, okay? They give out chips. They don't give you money to play with, all right? So most traders are going to start with smaller accounts, less than 10,000, less than 1,000, less than 500, okay? It's a huge trap for traders to think that they need to start doubling or tripling their account overnight or in, you know, a week, 2 weeks, okay? This ends up with blown accounts, and the trader is looking, you know, trying to then find money to fund their next live account. All right. So after the trader has then proceeded to blown a few trading accounts, what they've actually done, you know, or what they could have done, I suppose, is taken all of that, you know, money that they have blown, made a really, you know, good, decent amount to trade with. And I'm going to explain that if they had just tweaked their mindset. Okay, so the problem that traders have when trading, the money is in your broker's account. Okay, it's in your brokering account. So traders don't have the same connection to this as what they would if they were physically holding $50 bills, and they're just like AUD, USD, here you go. You know, like chips. You know, the money's not there. Okay. So the reason casinos give chips and not money to play with is because the players don't have the same association or the same connection with chips as they do when they're physically holding the money in their hands. Does that make sense? So traders, they're more likely to lose money when they're playing with chips at the tables than if they are playing with cash. Mm-hmm. All right. Does that make sense? Like, I really want you guys to think about trading like that. Yes, you know, never mind. Okay.
Notice how it's all psychology, guys?
Think about when I learned that trading analogy, casino analogy, I was like, damn, true. Okay. So you guys need to start thinking about trading and, you know, the success you want to become. You need to trade with an as if style mindset. Okay. An as if with a millionaire style mindset. Okay. So traders face risks the same way players in casinos because their money is disconnected from them in your broker's account. So traders need to be really aware of this, and that every dollar that they profit is just as valuable to their trading goals, okay? Rather than trying to make really large trades that involve huge risk and, you know, ruin every single trade, They could just put a large dent into their trading account if they lose. Okay, traders need to tweak their mindset and start thinking as if they were trading with a live account. So instead of taking the mindset of a small account holder, so just because you can, the minimum's 200, just because you've got 200, think of it as if it's $1 million. Okay, so before entering each trade, you should be thinking as if you had a much larger account, and how would they trade if you had a small account, but if you were trading with a larger account. Okay, so traders need to start questioning the trades that they're taking, because if you're just dipping in and out, boom, 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 because it's a small amount, you'll be fucked if you make money. You won't. Okay, so traders. Yeah, go.
No, you go. No, you go.
No, you go.
Oh, okay. No, you go. Stop it.
No, you go.
I just want to touch on that. As far as understanding, thinking about trading on a high with a larger capital, a little trick that I do with my team is when they're struggling with proper risk management, which everyone does. I personally did in the beginning as well. So, and a little trick that I do with my team is that if they're really struggling with proper risk management, I tell them to open up a demo account with $5,000 or $10,000 in their demo account and trade how they've been trading on their live account, just recklessly with whatever lot size, and watch how quickly that $5,000 or $10,000 is gone. So when that happens, that shakes them up and gets them like, oh fuck, like, because they don't have the connection, like SJ was saying, to, $150. Oh, I blew $150. I'll just pop $150 in next week. Blow that. $150. I'll just do it again next week. Blow that, And I said, instead of doing that, instead of, putting $150, $200 in your trading account each week, blowing it and then refueling it again, I'm like, your psychology is off. Trade how you were trading on that account, on a demo account, and watch how quickly you lose all of your money. On top of that, instead of actually continuously depositing into the live account and blowing it, instead open up a live account and continuously deposit into that account, right? Don't trade it yet, and continue trading on your demo account using proper risk on a $10,000 account or on a $100,000 account. So you develop the habits of using proper risk to reflect onto your live account when you've built that capital up, because the only reason you're blowing that capital is because it's nothing to you. $150, $200, it's nothing if you lose it. Whereas if you start with $1,000, you're going to be pretty upset if you blow that. You know what I mean? So although we sit here and say, that we don't have to start with a lot, things like that, you don't. But if you're someone like many that struggle with proper risk on a smaller account, because it is harder to use proper risk on a smaller account because your psychology towards money is not right? It's standard. So if you are struggling with that, then stop, continue, open up another live account and continue just depositing into that account each week. Whatever money you can afford to put away, treat it like a savings account and continue trading on your demo account with capital, that's reasonable, whether it's 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 100,000, using proper risk, and you will see the percentage gains. So then you can reflect it on to your live account when you're ready to trade, whether you have $1,000 capital now or $5,000 capital now. Who cares? You're still mastering the skill whilst building up your capital. So that's how I kind of trick my team into the psychology thing, because they're not missing out. So it would be different if they're just trading demo and they're not building their live account. Then they'd get annoyed and just be like, bored, I want to go live, all that, the same thing. So when I've got them building their live capital and not touching it whilst trading, it changes. So if that's something that you think will help you, do it.
For sure. Question, Sam, Miguel, when do you know when to go live? You will only go live when you have consistently profited your demo account. When you have, I'll help you open your demo account. Like, you're probably due to do that this weekend. So let's do that. And we can touch on more on that. But when it comes to going live, okay, so when it comes to this skill set, there is no need for big hits, big wins. I mean, yes, big wins, but you want consistent, profitable growth. Okay, that's what you're aiming for. There's no point in you having a big hit, having a big win, having a big hit. There's no point in that. You're gambling. Okay, so when it comes to your, going live, you'll go live When you have figured out what you're doing on a demo account, if you want to do the growth compound calculator, flip that a couple of times, okay? Do that. Get used to, MetaTrader 4, have a play on MT4, learn how to exit your trades, enter your trades. Obviously, before that,
Mhm.
it out. Modify your trades, everything like that. So you need to be, I want to see you flip that demo account a couple of times and grow that consistently before you go live. You guys really need to, start looking at your trades now when you are trading and asking yourself, am I only taking this trade because I have a small account? And if I had a big account,
Mhm.
if I had $1 million account, would I still take this trade? Okay. Big question to ask yourself. That is on my trading plan. Every single trade that I look at, I ask myself, am I taking this because of this, or am I taking it because it's actually valid? Okay. The huge reason why this is so important is because if you ever want to become consistently profitable or full time at this, okay, the size of your account is not important, but the trades you take and the habits that you develop and you repeatedly build in your subconscious mind is so critical. Okay, so now if you're in my organization, you'll know that I absolutely drill home the compounding effect of trading. Okay, like you guys have all got the growth calculator, someone just dropped that in there. Super powerful. Guys, go into the Trade House page on Facebook, click on the files tab. There's a whole heap of trading books. There's a trading plan template on there. There is also the growth compound calculator. There is a whole heap of shit in there. Go save it to your computer. Okay.
I just want to touch on what you just said, SJ, with asking that question of, if I took this trade, is it because of this, this, and this? I want you guys to understand that that the person that wins $2,000 or $20,000 or $200,000 on a trade takes the same trade as a person that wins $20 or $200. They take the same trade because it's the skill set. The only difference is the capital. So you have to understand that there's no difference with any trader other than the capital. They've all got the same skill. All the difference will be is their psychology behind it. So just remember that whoever makes 2,000, 20,000 or 200,000 is taking the same trade as the person that's making $2, $20 or $200. So regardless that the dollar value is less, the percentage gain would be the same. So remember that.
For sure. In terms of the compounding returns, the reason why I really love that, for me, so I pay myself every quarter of the year. I don't, I've got other forms of income, but I'm not, if you're trading because you've got bills to pay, trading because you've got rent to pay, you're fucked. Okay. I know the aim is to be making money, but you don't want to be, withdrawing. One, you're going to get taxed hectically, but two, you're never going to let your account grow. Okay. So the really amazing factor of compounding returns is that the trader, us as traders, we don't have to make, large returns to see a really big result. Okay. But what we do have to do is we have to be consistent. Okay. So it's better for traders to be consistently banking profits month after month than it is to have one big month and then have a losing streak. Okay. So this is far more achievable for a small account holder to bank small returns every single day, 5% a day on a $100, $200 account. After 60 days, you've got like $4,000. Okay, on a $1,000 account, you've got like $18,000 after 60 days. Like the money's big if you do this right. All right, so obviously, we're talking about tweaking our mindsets and things like that, but the large returns with the power of compounding will only be achieved with the correct mindset and the discipline. Okay, so traders need to switch from looking to make all their riches overnight to realize that this business of Forex, it's a business. Okay, and for compounding to work for the longer, you need to treat it like a business. Okay, a huge issue for traders with smaller accounts is wanting to overtrade, thinking that they need to make a ton of trades to make up for the smaller profits. Okay, just because you're making like 20 cents here, 20 cents there, get over yourself. All right, this is a huge, like I remember when I made my first 30 cents, I almost threw my phone out the window. I was so excited. This is a huge mistake because the number one biggest account killer in Forex is over trading, over leveraging. Okay. The traders who become consistently profitable and stay that way are those traders who have their edge and those who come out to make their trades with their edge, where it was like present in the markets. They're there, they get in, they get out. Okay. So in other words, they're very picky when they choose to make their trades. So for the compounding to work, it's magic in a trader's account. It's super important that traders, you know, we're not making just one-off large profits here and over there, but regular, consistent gains over time. All right. So this is where profits consistently are going to compound, grow larger and larger and larger. The more profits you make and you're compounding your account, the higher lot sizes you can use, which is then going to make your profits then bigger. Okay. If you don't want to see, if $5 a day is too little for you when you first start off, you're not going to make any money. All right. So look at going 5% a day. In saying that, though, I'll get to that when it comes to like trading plans.
So we have a question in the chat. So what if you have a trade running, correct risk management? Let's say you hit your daily, weekly target. Do you close it or let it run? Silly question maybe, but wondering. I'm on my daily percent at the moment, but I have a few open trades in profit. Would you close it or let it run? First of all, that's a brilliant question. Second of all, if you've already hit your daily target and you're risk free in your trades and have paid yourself,
let it run, baby.
Let it run. Anything more is a bonus. You've hit yourself. But when that trade is done, why are you still trading? Remember that. So if you close out of those trades, for whatever reason it hits take profit or you choose to take profit, and you go back on the charts analyzing, why? Why? Because we just spoke about that. Over trading is just as bad as over leveraging. Know when to walk away. Sitting on your hands is also doing something. So just remember that. And as far as if you want to grow your account, how much percent would you concentrate on daily? It varies depending on account size. Obviously on the smaller account sizes, you can aim for a higher percentage gain because it is easier, so to speak, as in percent, not as in like, oh, it's easier to trade. Percentage wise, like, you know, 5%, like I think 5% of $200 is going to be very different to 5% of $200,000. So you're going to have a different risk management percentage goal, I guess, on a higher, with more capital, I should say. My suggestion would be to do what SJ is doing right now and play around with the figures and the percentage on your balance that you currently have in your trading account. But personally, as a rough ballpark, 1 to 5% a day. 1% a day is great. That's 5% a week. That's 20% a month.
Your bank's not paying you that.
20% a month.
Meow.
So think about that.
Guys, look at this, all right? $200, yeah, it's little. 5% a day, yeah, it's not much. $10 a day profit on 5%, okay? You're in a 0.02. I'm seeing people do 0.15s on $500. Don't know why you're doing that. Let's be serious about this, okay? After 60 days, you've got 3.5. All right. If you've got, by all means, if you've got $1,000, you know, you're going to do it, whatever you're going to do anyway. It doesn't matter what Jenna and I tell you, you're going to do what you're going to do. And if you're not going to do it the right way, you're going to get, you know, the market's going to gobble you up.
You'll learn the lesson the hard way. I mean, I did.
So
I'm transparent about it, but if you're going to do the right thing and listen, then you're on the right path.
Guys, if you have $1,000, I'm still going to tell you, you open it with 200. Once you've taken that 200 to 500, then you've got a bit more to play with. Okay. You can then deposit that extra 500 if you want to make it $1,000. Okay. But if you don't know how to manage a small amount, you have no right opening an account with a large amount because you're not going to know the habits and everything and that you need to develop to handle this. Because remember, you've essentially got 10 grand, okay, with your leverage. Mm-hmm. That's powerful. Okay, so
you can't turn $200 into $500. You're not going to be able to turn $500 into $1,000. You're not going to be able to turn $1,000 into $10,000. So, like I was saying before, it doesn't matter what profit you earn on your account. You're taking the same trade as someone that earns 100 grand on their trades.
100%. So guys, for your returns to be compounded, you need to be consistent. Okay. If you want that sheet, inbox me on Facebook, SJ Plumpton. I'll send it to you.
I want your Instagram too.
Plump Dog Millionaire. La, la, la. Okay, so for your returns to be compounded, you need to be consistent. Okay, you don't need to be a hero, and you don't need to make 100% in a day, 100% returns in a month. You just need to be a professional every time you come onto the charts. Okay, sometimes it's going to be really hard to stay disciplined and keep your mind in the game 100% of the time, and that's why you need a clearly written trading plan. Okay, you need to have your trading goals, you need to have your affirmations out, and then what they're going to do is they're going to remind you exactly why you were here, why you were doing what you're doing, and that's going to keep you from straying the path. Okay, so you need to consistently and constantly remind yourself that you sticking to your rules and your plan is the only way that success is going to follow you. Okay, when it comes to following your trading plan, what most failed traders do, okay, they overtrade, they over risk, they are not sticking to their rules, they they swim against the stream, essentially, if you want to call it that. So discipline
I
and
think their experience is going to be different than everybody else telling them that it's not.
for sure guys, when I first started, I had a call with Mike Miles and Christopher Derrick. That's it. I had no academy. I had I had the scanner, and I had to download the harmonic scanner. It took me 3 weeks. Like, there was no website. I had it hard. So guys, you guys are going to be picking this shit up a lot quicker than say what I did. All right. Because I didn't have the tools you guys have. So discipline and consistency is so key to trading. Okay. When you trade small and stay in the game, you're going to gather experience and you're going to, develop your trading skills. When you have trading skills, you're in a much better position to seize the opportunities and the market has to offer. Okay. Every single trader makes mistakes. Not all my trades are winners. Not every one of Jenna's trades are winners. But what you can do to avoid the most common trading mistakes, write it in the chat for me. What are some things that you can do to avoid? Okay, because I'm going to rattle a couple of things off. The best way to avoid mistakes is to set your trading rules. That's going to help you avoid them. Guys, if you're going to open a business, okay, you're going to have a business plan. You're going to know what your target market is, what you're selling, your operation times, who your staff is, what your roster is, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so when it comes to trading mistakes, there's a couple. Actually, there's heaps. But my top faves are there's no trading plan. So if you have a trading plan, you will always know how to act in the market and where you're going to place your trades, take your wins, and cut your losses. Okay, so your trading plan primarily consists of one or, obviously our strategy. I was going to say one or more because that's mine, because I do have one or more, because position and then trade house stuff. That's going to, your strategies that are going to, and your trading, your strategies, and then your rules for that strategy. That's then going to help you profit from trading. Okay, so having a trading plan makes trading easy, and it takes the thrill, anxiety, complexity out of trading. Okay, when you don't have a trading plan, you're likely to jump from strategy to strategy. When your strategy stops working, my strategy doesn't work. Have you fucking tried it long enough? Probably not. Most traders, especially in this company, they go educator to educator, educator, shiny object syndrome. What are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? Okay. This is why Jenna and I didn't have this routine for Jenna when she first started. I got on a call with Christian Vargas and Jenna, and I'm like, Christian, teach her this way. Okay. Off you go. Because that wasn't my way. Okay. Most traders will jump from strategy to strategy to strategy. The reason why we get you guys to all do what we do with, the 100, 200 trade house training, then Jenna's videos on Go Live, and then other educators for Trade House and Go Live is because it's proven, it's duplicatable. Okay. You should never be switching strategies just because you have a losing streak. Okay. What you need is commitment and discipline if you intend to become a successful trader. Okay, so the other one is no patience. So money is made by sitting, not trading. Okay, and everything starts with patience. Jenna doesn't have patience to trade my way. That's fine. Okay, the reason I do what I do now still is because I didn't get into this to be a slave to my computer. You know, I've got other things on the go that want and, you know, deserve my attention also. So that's why I do what I do also. Making the mistakes is so, you know, you need to do that on your demo, okay? Because that's what your demos are for. You know, making mistakes, demo, paper trading, whatever, that will definitely allow you to stay in the game. Because if your desire is to be on live account immediately, you're, you know, I have two things about this. You either like say that if you're on demo for too long, you get safe, you feel comfortable, and you're not ready. You know, I don't know, you just get scared. Okay, you're scared to pull the trigger. There's nothing like experiencing real emotions in live markets. It's like there's nothing like it. So the sooner you go live, but only go live when you've nutted out your strategy. Okay, when you've consistently profited in your demo account. Yeah, that happened to me when I started. I was watching all the educators and changing. Yeah, not the girl. You've seen the light. So, see the light. Jenna, anything to say on that? So the patience thing.
Yeah, that's like, it's very like what you said about the demo account and whatnot. Not staying too long on the demo account and being patient enough to see the consistency. You need to understand, like, again, guys, you'll learn all this when you study Mark Douglas and read the books we're telling you and watch the videos, but I'll touch base on it a little bit. You've got to understand you need to think of trading in probabilities, not a trade by trade basis. So, you know, when SJ was just saying, you know, when people come in and they have, you know, a losing day or a losing few days that they think the strategy doesn't work, it's not like that. The markets aren't like that. You need to think of it in probability. You don't know, no matter how good we trade, no matter how much education behind the markets and price movement and structure that we in Trade House have, and we have a lot, we still don't know what is going to happen next. And we don't need to know to make money. You need to understand that. We don't need to know what's going to happen next to be able to make money. It comes down to probability, high probability, risk to reward, and thinking over a series of trades. So say that's why we were saying consistency on a demo, you know, 25 trades, see your consistency. So if you've got 25 trades and you're winning 18 out of those 25 trades, you're a consistently profitable trader. Even if you're winning 50% of those trades, you are profiting. So you need to think of it in probabilities over a series of trades. You can't think of it in a trade by trade basis. How are you going to determine whether you're profitable or not? You win one, you lose one. You win one, you lose one. You win one, then you lose. Like, what are you? You're not going to be able to determine that. So you need to understand that as well. And you need to understand you can have a losing day, but a profitable week. You can have a losing week, but a profitable month. You can have losing months, plural, but a profitable year. Because it's probability and series of trades. You've got to think in the perspective of a trader. You've got to think like a professional trader. They don't do it on a trade by trade basis. So with that being said, I just want to touch on, because I've got a bunch of notes from the training. The biggest thing, and I do say this anyway, the biggest thing for risk management and trade management is accepting the loss. Accepting the loss before you even enter the trade. How do you do that? By doing the math. So if you're doing the math, calculating your risk, what you're willing to lose on your account, you should have already accepted that loss before you entered the market. Because like I just told you, no matter how many confirmations you can have high probability. Like, you know, where you put it this way, Mark Douglas puts it perfectly. When you say to yourself, I know what's going to happen next, you've actually tricked your mind into believing that. So when we get a winning trade, right, with all of our confirmations, we just think ego comes in and we just think we're the boss of the markets. Like, we know what's going to happen next. And then we get 4 straight wins and we're just on a high and in a state of euphoria. And then we get 3 losing trades. And then we think the market's against us. It's not. Not at all. But it's proving to you that no matter what your methodology is, no matter what it is, you don't know what's going to happen next. So that's why it comes down to proper risk management, trading what you see, not what you want to happen, and sticking to your confirmations, right? So there's a saying, I forgot what to say. There's the biggest thing that was one of my breakthroughs was there's such a thing as normal losses in any trading methodology. There's such a thing as normal losses in any trading methodology, in any approach to the markets. If your trading methodology has been proven over a series of trades and you can see that you are a consistently profitable trader, there are such a thing as normal losses. Why are they normal? Because they're managed. They're managed. How are they managed? By risk management. The losses are small, the rewards are big. So we don't take any trades less than a 1 to 3. That would be the absolute minimum. Standard is usually 1 to 5. So you think about how many times you can lose. Say you lose 5 trades, right? 1% per trade. You've lost 5% of your account. It's going to take one 1 to 5 trade to make up those losses and be in profit. So that's you've got to get your mind thinking like that and not being butthurt over one loss and think, oh well, doesn't work. That's it. Doesn't work. So that's that.
The thing with that is like you don't need to trade often. If you can catch 1 or 2 moves to the targets during, whatever, during the day, whatever, with good size, you can make a good living. Okay, you can compound that shit. Okay, over trading goes hand in hand with not having patience. If you don't have the setup, don't trade. Wait for your setup. If you have your trading plan to form, like if all your trades are ticking its boxes according to your trading plan, then act without hesitation. Okay, so over trading can also, be that you exit your positions too soon. You need patience when you're in a trade. Okay, letting your trades reach that target. Trust your analysis. Big one. Laura and I never used to do that. We would get out. We'd get like a couple little pippies and we'd be like, "Oh, let's get out." Even though we've marked it up, we just wouldn't trust it. We would doubt ourselves, and doubt will kill you. Okay, so the next thing is I'm almost done. I appreciate all of your time so much. Giving into your emotions. Okay, so the key to success in trading is emotional discipline. Okay, if intelligence were key, there'd be a lot more people making money trading. Okay, I know that sounds cliche, but the single most important reason that people lose money in the financial markets is that they don't cut their losses short. Okay, it's very, very, very important that you have a good mindset when you're trading. Honing this home tonight. Okay, an open mindset when you will always see opportunities in the market and you take responsibility for your actions. Okay, so Trading in the Zone, Mark Douglas, one of the best trading books. He teaches you all about that stuff. Okay, so most people freak out at the first sign of their trade moving against them and going into the negative. Okay, this is a sign. Okay, so it's not a sign. Actually, I'll get to that in a second. This is something you'll see in live trading because there's psychological pressure when you're dealing with real money compared to when you trade on demo account. So that freak out reaction is a problem and you must learn to address that. Okay, trades will move against you. I have trades go into negative thousands because I'm riding that swing. Okay, but just because these trades...
And that's one of the reasons why I can't do that.
It's hectic. Seeing 13,000 go boom and then it come back, like it rattles you. Now I'm just like, okay, cool, because I know. It's not for the weak.
That's not saying she can't lose that, but what she's saying is she's reading price action and structure to know and understand what the move is doing. And she's holding that drawdown because her confirmations to exit the trade have not presented. So there's confirmation to exit and enter.
100%. The next is not having a trading journal. If any of you decide to hit Jenna up for help, she's going to start asking you for a trading journal. Aren't you, Jenna?
Yeah.
because you can send us all the charts. You can be like, hey Jenna, what do you think about this? And she's going to give you some tips. But what we want to start seeing from you is a trading journal. Okay. And if you don't have a trading journal, no one can help you. We're not going to know where you're going wrong. Okay. You can be like, SJ, Jenna, I'm having a losing streak. I can't get it. My entries are getting stopped out. Why am I always losing? If you're just sending us charts, cool, we can go look at that. But we want to see you guys putting the study in, okay? Journaling and reviewing your trading is an important habit that you need to develop, okay? Say you finish up with this, beautiful company for whatever stupid reason, and you decide to go find mentorship somewhere else. They're going to ask you for that. They're going to be like, cool, show us your trading journal, okay? You will find ways to improve from your losses, okay? Therefore, journaling every single trade, your entry, the date, the day, the date, the time, the pair, your entry, your exit. Was it, your take profits, your stop losses, all of that. Was it successful? How did it play out? People get, oh no, I didn't journal it today, didn't have time. If you don't have time, don't trade. Okay, because this is a crucial part in your learning, is this trading journal. Okay, the next one is risking too much. You will never know the outcome of a trade of advance. Okay, no matter how good it looks, every trade is unique. Therefore, you only should be risking a specific amount of your account. Now, there was a question about how much would you allow yourself to lose a day? Oh, okay. I have a 3-strike rule. If I have 2 wins, 1 loss, then I'm good. If I have 2 losses, I'm out. I stop. That's just me personally. It's like a 3-strike rule. 3 strikes, you're out. What was I saying? But in terms of risking and stuff, a successful trader will never risk more than 1 to 2% of their capital. So you can go of your entire account or a single trade. But by adopting this method, you're going to ensure that in the event of a loss, that the amount isn't too significant, okay, that you're going to survive another day of trading.
Move to trading today.
Your risk management should be so on point that if you did take a hit, you don't give a fuck. You don't give a shit, okay? It shouldn't make a dent in your account. If you're taking big hits, you're doing something very, very, very wrong, and you need to address it.
And I just touch on that too, with what you just said there, because I want to make it clear so people register the psychology behind it. If you enter a trade and you exit early, you haven't accepted that loss. Because if you were doing the correct things and did the math beforehand, you're using proper risk, there is no reason why you needed to exit that trade if you were in drawdown. Because, yes, trade houses were known for what's drawdown, but sometimes you're going to get a few pips drawdown, whether it's 3 pips, 5 pips, 10 pips, who knows. But if you've calculated your risk management correctly, right, and there hasn't been any confirmation, the trade has just started, okay, and there hasn't been any confirmation for you to need to exit the trade, right, but you exit because you don't like seeing red, you have not accepted that loss. That's complete. That's the truth. You did not accept the loss before even entering the trade. So what should have happened then? You shouldn't have entered it. You need to go into a trade already thinking you've lost that money, because you're not in control of the win. You're only in control of how much you lose. And that's why we are trying to get you to associate treating trading like a business, because when a business opens daily, they have daily profit targets, they have loss statements, they analyze. If they're losing too much money, they have team meetings and think, okay, where are we going wrong? What are we doing? They're not going to keep doing the same thing day in, day out and keep losing all of that money, are they? They're going to restructure, revamp, figure it out, cut costs, all of that stuff. It's the same thing for trading. So remember that. So how do you decide to exit though if the price action is telling otherwise, or let it ride? Well, market structure will tell you that depending on what area you enter the market from. But if you've just entered a trade and it's just ranging, which is normal, it's just going, it's still the same candlestick and it's just going up, down, up, down, up, let the trade play out. You know what I mean? You're going to find out if it's going to go in your direction or not. But if you're not going to give it enough time to, the reason why you're not giving enough time to is highly likely because you're over leveraged, or 2, you haven't accepted the loss even if you're losing proper risk management and you've got an unhealthy attachment to money. What that also means is you are attached to your capital in your account, so you probably have more in your account than you're willing to actually lose. Remember, what you deposit into your trading account is what you're willing to lose. It has nothing to do with how much you're going to win or gain in percentage. So if you've deposited too much in your trading account, withdraw. Because that could be part of the reason why as well.
Sure. My other mistake is taking profits early. We've touched on this a few times, but you know, do you guys type in the chat if you guys use like trailing stops and things like that? So you know, most of the time trailing stops are more profitable than profit targets. Like I'm a big fan of trailing stops. We need the big wins to pay for the losing trades. So who uses trend? I mean, no. Take that back. Wash my mouth out, Jenna. Trailing stops is what I meant. So
personally, I don't. It depends. It depends on structure. I will trail it, but I have a certain amount of pips that I will move my stop into entry to be risk free.
Yeah.
And preferably, I like to take partials.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trailing my stop?
Are you twin?
Sometimes I twin, and that's another thing. Like even till this day, taking partials really annoys me, like psychologically, and that's something that I've been working on because I don't like seeing my lot size reduce.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, it's a psychological effect on me. I take partials because I know, like, you know, the market is giving me money. Why am I not taking it? Those are the questions that I'm saying. So, because, you know, sometimes you just watch your trade get like the, you know, when you first started, you just watch it go into blue and you're not even looking at like what price is telling you. You're just like mesmerized by the profit and you haven't taken partials or paid yourself and the trade's done. You didn't get out. So you're back to break even or whatever. It stopped out because that was the trade. So taking partials is very important, but if you do struggle with taking partials, I definitely recommend twin trading because that will help your psychological effect of closing one trade and still having another trade with the same lot size.
On that note though, if you are going to twin trade, you need to halve your lot size. So massive key, because remember, like if that went like the opposite way, that damage could be severe. Especially on a standard. Been there.
Yeah.
So always in terms of like trailing, it's where, you know, you've got your stop loss. Once your trade's like cruising on up or cruising on down, whatever it's going, you're then going to move your stop loss to entry, then you're going to move it to stop profit, and you're just going to just like trail it up the trade, just keep following it in profit. The
best way to do that would be following the structure, the higher highs, the higher lows, because, you know, you can get wicks and it can wick you out and still not be done. So just pay attention to the structure is probably the easiest way to trail your stop loss. Or like we just said, twin trade it, close out one and let the other one run, or take partials. I know I have a love-hate relationship with taking partials. I take them, but I know it's a psychological thing for me because when you minus the lot size, you're like, So, but yeah, it's just one of those things.
Absolutely. We've touched on not cutting your losses. So, you know, there's a couple of elements of good trading, and that's 1, cutting your losses, 2, cutting your losses, and 3, cutting your losses. If you can follow these 2 rules, you've got a chance. Okay. So for me, like losing trades should only, you know, losing trades should, okay, this is me personally. Don't take this Bible. This is me. Losing trade should only ride to your stop when you close the trade. Okay, so moving your stop when you're in a trade or not having a stop loss is a really, really, really bad habit. Okay, so if you Siri, listening to me, maybe Siri wants to learn how to trade.
I think the government's listening.
Get assassinated. Shit joke. What was I talking about? Cutting your losses. Okay. It just depends. Okay. Cut your losses and just never ride them too long. Okay. But like I said, you can't cut your losses too early either. So some traders will, lose huge amounts of money because they just never let their trades play out. But if you commit to the mistake of putting your stops too close, you will forever be in a situation where you are stopped out, okay, before the market even had a chance to do, turn anything into your favor. So you might have the right trade idea, but by placing your stop loss too close, you're not like a queen like Jenna, which you all will be one day very soon. You're going to be stopped out before the anticipated move happens. So place your stop losses so you don't get stopped out, okay? But you also want to make
risk management parameters as well, though.
You're right. You're good with reward.
It just like you don't want to have a 50 pip stop just because the thought of, well, I don't want to be stopped out. There should be enough room, because then you're risking more. But still within your stop parameters. But think like, you guys know I play on the smaller high frames for precision entry. There's sometimes where I'll get stopped out 2 or 3 times before the move happens, right? Because I have like a 2 or 3 pip stop loss. But tallying that up in total, it's 6 pips. So you got to understand that, or 9 pips if I'm using a 3 pip stop loss. And that's just for risk to reward precision entry. Versus, if I'm using a 20 pip or 30 pip, 30 pip is my max, but if I'm using a 20 pip, 30 pip stop loss, you have to accept that loss. You have to accept risking 20 pips for a potential 100 pip reward. Okay. So what we're talking about with cutting your losses short or whatever the case may be, you've got to allow market to tell you it ain't it. It ain't, and it's not going to tell you as soon as you press buy or sell. Just you're in your head, you're like, oh man, I've got a 20 pip stop loss. Why is it affecting you that much? You're either over leveraged, haven't accepted the loss, or you just haven't accepted the loss to begin with and don't even know how much you're risking as far as percent. So it can be a contradicting term. Do I cut my losses short if I don't believe in the trade anymore? Yes, but there's also another side. Why are you cutting the losses short if you've already accepted your risk? So it's a personal preference. If you're skilled enough to understand what price action is telling you, and you can analyze the price action and think, I don't like it. It's not going my way. It's not doing what I'm doing. It's creating, say for instance, you're in a buy, it's creating lower highs and lower lows on the smaller time frame. Don't like it. Cut my losses short. Fine. Do that. If you're new and still learning and calculating your risk management, 1%, 20 pip stop loss, all of that stuff, leave it. Leave it. Because you're learning.
Trust your analysis.
Yeah, exactly. Me cutting my losses short is still trusting my analysis because I've got the confirmations to say, this ain't it, fam, move on. So that's going to come with more experience. So in me trusting my analysis to enter the trade, cool, yeah. Me watching it and seeing what price action is doing, and I'm like, no, not it, is also trusting my judgment. If I leave money on the table, I leave money on the table, move on to the next trade, or I catch a re-entry. The market is always going to give you opportunities. You can't be hell-bent on one trade. So it can be a contradicting statement. Cut your losses, keep your losses small, things like that. They should be small anyway if you're using proper risk management. But if you understand how to analyze price action and structure going against your analysis, sure, cut your losses short. You don't have to let it hit your stop loss. If you're learning, put your stop loss in place, let it ride, because you're going to learn after the fact.
Guys, just, every single successful trader that you're learning from, in the whole entire world, they've had lots of losses, they've made lots of mistakes, and they've had lots of lessons learned. Okay, so you just trust the process. Okay, your time will come. You will have your aha moments. Okay, so don't actively try and find reasons to trade. If there's nothing there, there's nothing there. Don't force it. Okay, wait for your setup. Let it come to you. Right? When it comes to your trading plan, about to wrap this up, there's an old there's an old expression in business that says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Said it before at the start. Okay. But if people that are, you know, serious about being successful business, successful in trading, you guys should follow these words as if it was written in stone. Okay. So you've got two choices. You methodically follow a written plan, or you fail. Okay. They're your two choices. So some key takeaways there, guys. We've got having a plan is essential for achieving your trading success. A trading plan should be written in stone, okay? But always, always, always subject to reevaluation, okay?
Mm-hmm.
A solid trading plan, like mine's changed so much. Seriously, guys, go onto the Trade House Facebook page, files, there is a trading plan template. Go build yours upon that. Flick it to me and Jenna if you want someone to look over it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
A solid plan, a solid trading plan considers every single, you know, your style, your goals. Okay. It needs to be like my trading plan is completely different to Jenna's. You know, it needs to be specific to you. Okay. You need to, when you're building your plan, okay, because even though we've got the same strategy, you know, no two trading plans are going to be the same, because each approach is going to reflect important factors like trading styles, risk tolerance. Okay. Some other really important factors is that you need to do when you're building this is your skill assessment. Okay. So especially when it comes to going live, okay. Are you ready to trade? Have you tested our strategy on demo? Okay. Do you have the confidence that it will work in a live trading environment? Absolutely, it does. Okay. Can you follow your signals without hesitation? Can you pull that trigger? Okay. Can you enter the market? Can you, you know, like I said, live trading is a different ball game. Okay.
Be prepared, guys. You could be consistently profitable on a demo account and killing it, and go live and lose.
Yeah.
First trade. And it's all psychology. So don't just prepare to lose in a nice way, in a good way, or like live. I'm not saying prepare to lose all your money. I'm saying like when you're on a demo account and you're seeing consistent profits, the first thing we hear all the time is, man, when I move to live, like I keep losing. And it's psychology, because the emotion that's coming in with your money, and it being your money, you're not analyzing the market properly. You're not managing your trade properly either. So it takes time. It's going to be an adjustment.
Look, trading the markets, it's a battle of give and take. Okay. So the real pros in this, we're prepared to take profits from the crowd who lack the planning. All right. Keep that in mind. This is what we do at the Trade House. We're not your shitty freaking, we're doing what the masses are not doing. That's why what we do here is so freaking great. Okay. We're doing what that, you know, if 5%, okay, so if 95% of the markets are, you know, retail traders, 5% are banks, institutions, blah, 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 blah. If you guys really understood that 92% of that 5% are the bankers, you're going to be doing what they're doing, right? 92% makes up that Forex volume, okay? So you need the mental preparation. When you're writing out your plan, you're going to write a pre-market routine, during, post-market. Okay, how do I feel? Did I get enough sleep? Do I feel like I'm up for the challenge? Okay, if you had a fight with your boyfriend or girlfriend, stay off the charts. Okay, if you're not emotionally and psychologically ready to do battle today, take the day off. Okay, otherwise, you know, you risk losing more than what you should. Okay, so this is, you know, it's those types of losses are gonna be because of you're angry, you're preoccupied, you're distracted. Okay, there's really no need for that. Okay, so light a candle, get some water. If you're horny, have sex, eat some food, freaking have a flog. I don't know, do whatever you want. Just get your head in the game. Okay, you don't want any distractions, because those distractions, you may as well just give your money away. They're going to be very costly mistakes, and they didn't need to happen. Okay, so many traders in the market have that mantra. You know, I told you mine before. Trade what you see, not what you think. Mike Miles' original from 2016. I'm sure he didn't make that up, but I learned that from him. Create one that puts you in the trading zone. Okay, remember that your trading space, it needs to be free of distractions. And you need to remember that this is a business and distractions are going to be costly. Right? So when you jump on the charts, your shop's open. You're ready for business. That's how you need to think about this. Okay, you need to write down and set your risk level. You know, how much of your portfolio are you willing to risk per trade? Now, this is obviously going to depend on multiple things, your tolerance, style, whatever. The amount of risk is going to vary, but you should, 1 to 2%, 1 to 3 on any given day. Okay, we've been over this. The next thing you want to put on there is your trading goals. So before you enter a trade, set a realistic profit target, risk reward. Can never say this. There's too many R's. Risk reward ratios. I keep going ratios. Too many R's for my ratios. So what's the minimum risk reward that you will accept? Okay. Very good question.
Don't do it 1-to-1. Just saying.
What'd you say?
So don't do 1-to-1. Just saying. Like,
most traders, they're not gonna take a trade unless the potential profit's like 3 times greater than the risk.
Just like, stupid. I used to do 1-to-1 and think it was lit. Like, I thought that's what you do. I'm like, what was I doing?
Rookie.
Don't do a 1-to-1. Like risking 30 pips to gain 30 pips. Like, what? Like, think about it.
So yeah, I like, yes, you got that growth compound calculator. Okay. Very, very, very good tool. But for me, I don't trade Mondays. Everyone's waking up, everything's like trying to figure itself out, what it wants to do. It's just a bit slow for me. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, Friday mornings are my ideal days. So, yes, you've got that growth compound calculator. If you're going to follow it, it's got a daily thing. Yeah. Psychologically, if you're going for daily pip goals, daily percent, I want to deter you against that, because say nothing happens Monday, Tuesday then comes around and you're going to be like, well, I didn't make any money on Monday. So that means I need to double what I made yesterday, which is then going to, you're going to be greedy. You're going to be over trading, over leveraging, blah, blah, blah. And the next minute you've lost everything. Okay. So set monthly goals. I think monthly is very good. Personal preference for me, psychologically anyway. Okay. So, in that trading plan, you're gonna do your homework. So before the market opens, check out what's going on around the world before you enter trades. Okay. You're gonna go on to Forex Factory, FX Daily, whatever you want. Check the economic calendar. All right. So your trade preparations, exit rules, entry rules. Most traders.
Someone actually asked a question saying, maybe a stupid question, but why would you have confirmations to exit a trade when you did your analysis and enter the trade and put your stop loss?
One stupid question. No, don't please don't say stupid question. No question is a dumb question. Why would you have confirmations to exit a trade when you did your analysis? Did I say that? What I mean by that, if I said that, would be.
I said that.
Okay, you said that. Do you want to answer that? I have an answer for that. But
it just means, like, it's not saying that when you enter a trade, you think you're going to be wrong. Like, when you enter a trade, your analysis is that you have the high probability and the confirmations to believe in this trade and it's going to be correct. Exiting your trade is just as important as entering, because this is what I mean before. It can be a contradicting statement to new people. If you're learning these skill sets, if you're learning these concepts and still understanding it, this is not going to relate to you. And enter your trade, set your stop loss, use proper risk, learn. Just learn, right? Over time, you will build up the experience to actually understand trade management and what is actually happening when you are in the trade. And that's what SJ was saying before. Trade management is crucial, right? Because you could be in a winning trade and just think euphoria starts and think, it's just going to keep going. It's just going to keep going down and you don't take profit. Not the case. Whereas if you have trade management, you're going to know when to exit. You're going to know what's happening. So you're going to know how to manage and exit out of your trade. Same for cutting your losses short. Again, that statement, cutting your losses short and setting your stop loss using proper risk management, can sound contradicting, but it is two different skill sets. I don't know how much more, like how much more I can articulate that. It's two different sides of the spectrum. One is a learning thing and just accepting that you're using proper risk and accepting the loss before entering a trade. Another is a skill that comes from doing that side, and understanding price action and analysis and structure. So that's all it is.
For sure. Very good. Good question. No question's a dumb question. I wouldn't have known that back in the day.
You should have seen the questions I asked.
When Jenna used to ask me questions, I used to make
Jenna turned off her phone every time she saw my name. She probably eye-rolled like, fuck this.
I used to make Jenna use her brain and answer her own questions, and then she'd reply to them and be like, oh, I get it.
I'd send her like 5 messages in a row, be like, never mind. Answered it, never mind. The half my messages were like, how do I do? Never mind.
100%. So exit rules. A lot of traders spend most of their time just looking for entry signals, but they actually pay, very little attention to when and where they need to exit. Also, very, very crucial. Same with, like before you enter a trade, you should know your exits, right? So there should be at least 2 possible exits for every trade. First one, what is your stop loss if the trade goes against you? Write that down in your trading plan. Your stop losses should be in your trading plan. Mental stops don't count. Okay. Each trade obviously has profit targets. Write that down in your trading plan. What are you going for? Once you get there, you can move your stop loss. If you're twin trading, are you gonna twin trade? That needs to be in your trading plan. Okay. Are you then going to, move your stop loss at the entry? Are you then going to move it to stop profit? Like, what are you going to do when you're, if you've broken even? Are you going to what are you going to do? I'm not going to tell you what to do. You need to figure out what you're going to do and write that in your trading plan. Okay. Then obviously your entry rules. So, exits are more important than entries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I remember I said that once and guys like, no, you need to know when to get in. And I'm like, you need to know when to get the fuck out too.
Yeah, exactly. It's, they're equally important. Entries and exits are equally important. They both play a significant role in your trade.
Yeah. So yeah, keep a trading journal, analyze your performance. That is my tips for today. SJ's tips for today.
After you are in profit, if the structure starts to go against you, then maybe you can exit then. Yeah. If you know what you're looking at, yeah. But you've got to understand, like, smaller time frames, structure changes quite often. Price action is good too. Again, me sitting here telling you this is not going to be helpful. It's something that's going to be learned by doing. So if you're still learning these concepts, stop stressing about it. Just have your confirmations, trade what you see, not what you want to see, use proper risk management, and manage your trade as best you can. Because the more you learn to manage your trade and watch what it's doing, and I'm not sitting here saying as soon as you enter trade, you need to sit and watch it, but it still needs to be managed. You're not a position trader. You're not going to just set it and forget it as an intraday trader. That's just stupid. So you're going to have to look at it and see, okay, well, it's going in my direction. Cool. Do I need to move my stop? Do I need to do this? Do I need to take partials? Blah, blah, blah. That all comes with time. How long do you look at a trade for, Jenna? It depends. Like GU, I market executed, which was so good. It was a pretty quick trade, to be honest. So I didn't look at it for long. Because it started making high lows, like it did its move, and I was like, take profit, and I was good. So I thought it was actually going to go down lower than it did, based off of the 1 hour structure, but it made a high low, so I was like, see ya. Got out of the trade. But yeah, so
that's really good for me. I don't know if Jenna has anything else, but it's my first time talking to you guys. If it is, then thank you so much for staying on for the duration of the time. It went longer than expected. So that's what happens with me because I love a chat. Thank you so much for your time, everyone. Jonah and I will definitely do some other little duos together. It's been a hoot.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Thank you so
I
much.
think we answered everybody's questions.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want the documents that I've talked about, just hit me up. They are in the Trade House Facebook page under files. So, just do go in there if you struggle. There's heaps of books in there too. If you do struggle finding it, then hit me up, hit Jenna up. She's got it too. But yeah, thank you again. Good luck with everything that you're doing. Get in the trenches, get your trading journal sorted. I want to see, like in our Oz page, I want to see your trading journals posted. Jenna's
I don't
going
know if everyone is in Trade House Oz, they
asking.
probably won't be able to do that, but just post it in Discord.
Yeah. Jenna's going to be asking for them. Thank you guys. Love y'all.
I'm going to be like with binoculars, like.
Where those journals at?
Yeah, literally. Because I get people saying, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I do this, this, and this. And I'm like,
Tell me your journal.
I actually have to go and ask all of the questions that they should already asking themselves in the journal. It's like, okay, are you overtraining? Are you over leveraging? Are you taking into account high time frame bias? Blah, blah, blah. All of that will be in your trading journal, and all of that should be in your trading plan before you enter a trade. So you can actually go look back and say, hang on a minute, I did not pay attention to high time frame structure. That's a big factor in why I got stopped out.
Naughty. Spank me.
Yep.
Can you guys, just before you leave, write in there if you actually have a trading plan sorted? Show me your trading plans. Cool. Good. Yeah.
Do a little happy dance. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. I love that. Trading plans, key to success, guys. I'm making it. Cool. Flick it through. I'd love to have a little squizzle. Anyway, let's wrap it up. It's late for me. I'm usually snoozing by now. Early morning for you guys. So yeah, appreciate you all so much. And I'm sure there'll be plenty more of these to come.
Bye, guys.
Bye.